AFC East. Miami comes into this game 3 full games behind the Buffalo Bills, but the Dolphins are still in it. Good afternoon, everyone. Don Criqui with John Brody. I think Chuck Noll might have said it best, John. The Pittsburgh coach, he said, for us and for the Dolphins, every game's a playoff game now because neither of us can afford to lose any. A lot of people might have written Miami up, but they're not out of it.
Well, Don, in my opinion, Don Shula has come away with murder. He's taken a club that started slow, brought them along. They're at 6-6 at this part of the year, and he's given David Woodley a chance to get some action. He has spoon-fed him, and when I say spoon-fed him, that's exactly what he's done. It's one thing when you talk about a quarterback to have experience, but there are as many bad experiences as there are good, and bad ones can be as detrimental as good ones can be profitable.
Astrodome, you see how the whole thing stands in the AFC Central. With Pittsburgh just 1 game behind, the Steelers are hurting right now. They've made a lot of lineup changes, but they know they're still in it.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people prognosticate what's going to happen in the future, and nothing has happened yet. Now, Pittsburgh knows down the line these 4 ball games can dictate their future, and they have control of that, particularly if they win today, go in and watch Houston beat Cleveland, which is a large task. They have total control of their own destiny. That's
from Three Rivers Stadium, home of champions, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Steelers versus the Miami Dolphins. Don Criqui with John Brody. And the Dolphins ready to receive as Barr kicks up. Veselu is back deep now on the up kick. Taken across the 30, and look out, the Dolphins run the ball back across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Nick Giaquinto coming up with the ball and taking it ahead for good field position for Miami. And the Dolphins go on offense 1st and 10. With the rookie from LSU, David Woodley, a quarterback. Tony Nathan starts as one runner. The other will be a new acquisition, Woody Bennett. Number 34 will start at fullback. There are the pass catchers, Jimmy Cephalo and Nat Moore. Ronnie Lee is the tight end. Miami making last-minute lineup changes. So did the Pittsburgh Steelers. They had to switch people around. Bennett is in the backfield, deployed to the right. That's Tony Nathan, averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Halfback sent left. Woodley looking to throw on 1st down. Dumps it off. Ball goes to the Alabama back, Tony Nathan. And on 1st and 10 from the 41, Nathan's out to the 46 or 7-yard line. Jack Ham knocked him down, the all-pro linebacker on the left outside. That's how the Steelers break down defensively. John Banaszak opens at left end. Joe Green at left tackle. Right tackle is Gary Dunn from Miami of Florida. The right end is Steve Furness. Ham, Lambert, and Taves back the line. Robin Cole is out with an ankle injury. The secondary is intact. A great one. Ron Johnson and Mel Blunt the corners. Wagner and Shell are the safeties. 2nd down and 5 now for Miami. 2 tight ends in the game. Pitch back. Woody Bennett runs the ball. Down the midfield. Going to be short of the 1st down, but not by very much, John.
Will contribute to the Dolphin offense.
Woody's from York, Pennsylvania, not too far away. Was a blocking back at Miami of Florida for Otis Anderson. Handoff goes to Bennett on 3rd and 1. He thunders inside the Pittsburgh 45-yard line. He got 5 or 6 and a 1st down for Miami. An auto accident the other morning here in Pittsburgh. Hit an ice patch. They're doing well at Mercy Hospital. 1st down and 10 now for Miami. 44-yard line of the Steelers. No score in the 1st quarter. Cephalo is wide right. Nat Moore to the left. They go to the run, and they go to Woody Bennett. Big tall back. Takes it down close to the 41-yard line. Got about 3.
Not mentioned, he starts getting a piece of as many people as he can, allowing the linebackers to fill the holes and stop the plays. Now, Joe Green hasn't been a factor pass rush-wise, but against the run, he's still as good as ever.
Bennett has gone with 3 consecutive carries. Now Woodley running out of the pocket. Throws to Tony Nathan. He goes up high and caught the ball out of bounds.
Pressure on from the front. They've got 4 tackles playing defensive line today. I mean, Banaszak and Furness are really tackles playing defensive end. They expect to get some pressure. They're going to try and get some help from their linebackers. They know they've got to pressure Woodley to do any good.
One of the things I like about Woodley, he's very quick, very mobile. Play breaks down. He might get a big gain out of it running. It's 3rd down and 8 now for Miami. Woodley takes a look. Pumps, and here he goes. He's going to run it. But they trip him up. Well done. Gary Dunn got him because Woodley would have gone a long way. He had an open channel down the middle of the field. But Gary Dunn from Miami of Florida, the right tackle, got him ankle high and stops the play.
Woodley, he looks almost like he's too cool when he comes comes up to the line of scrimmage. He's in control of most everything, and it's very surprising for a young player. You can see when he makes a decision, he makes it quickly. That time he didn't make it quite quickly enough. It's a good reaction by Dunn, held him to a funny situation.
George Roberts punts the ball now for the Dolphins, takes a roll down at T-Bell, and Miami's going to field this one inside the 5-yard line of Pittsburgh. So George Roberts, who's had a good year punting the ball, over 42 yards on the average, delivers one of his best of this season. Anytime you get it down there, you've done the big job. The Steelers start out with the ball, but they're in a hole. Don Criqui with John Brody back at Three Rivers Stadium. Bradshaw opens the quarterback. The two money backs in the championship years, Flyer and Franco Harris, are the runners. T-Bell and the Steelers open with a run up the middle, and it doesn't get far. They're moving the ball out 1st and 10 from their 3-yard line. Got it to about the 5. Frank Echo, Ray Pinney at left guard. Webster hasn't missed it down on offense or on snapping at center. Tyrone McGriff at right guard. Larry Brown at right tackle, although he's hurt. Randy Grossman is the tight end. It's 2nd down and 6 coming up now for the Steelers from their 6-yard line. Draw play. Not much there. Dolphins do a good job closing it off. A.J. Dewey, 77, was in on the stop.
As you mentioned, there wasn't much room, Don, but the thing that's an indicator to me is Franco Harris. When he gets the ball, if he's ready to play, his movement is so swift, so agile. A man at 225 pounds, watch him. It looks like he's ready to play football. Now, he's been ready to play, but he hasn't been healthy enough to get it done. The big games out of the Franco Harrises, the Rocky Flyers, the Terry Bradshaws are needed to carry the rest of the group now, because 3 of the best offensive linemen in the game on the Pittsburgh front 5 are out.
3rd down and 2 for the Steelers. They go back to the run. They go to the rock. Flyer. He takes it ahead for a Steeler 1st down, driving the ball out close to the 15-yard line. We'll see what the indications are now as they stay with Flyer and Harris as the setbacks. This time the wide receivers come left. Bradshaw gives off to Franco Harris. Turns the corner and gets ahead when it looks like a lost play. Franco Harris at 230 pounds with that acceleration turns the corner and gets yardage. Franco came in with 527 yards, 3.8 a carry. He's getting a lot of work today on 2nd down and 4. He takes the ball from the 21, gets it out to the 23-yard line. Stop from the 3-yard line. Miami did not score the first time, had good field position, got a great punt from Roberts, but now the Steelers are moving it. Handoff goes to Harris. Franco Harris behind Tyrone McGriff takes it across the 25-yard line, and Franco Harris has another Steeler 1st down.
Tyrone McGriff, they've stated, is a fire plug who has an awful lot of straight-ahead strength, as much as you can use. The two of them just push Plumhour out of the way. Very easy for a running back when that situation exists.
Steelers doing a good job coming off the ball here early in the game. Handoff to Flyer. He takes on Detters, rides him ahead across the 25, close to the 28-yard line. Gene, and of course, went on to win it all again. Here's Bradshaw throwing. He's got a man open. The Rock takes it across the 35-yard line, out to the 38-yard line. 11 yards on the play. Another 1st down for the Steelers.
Don, it's funny how game films tell you, they point out mistakes of previous ball games. Last week, Bradshaw came out to try and carry his whole group throughout the football game, was firing the ball down the field early. It's the toughest thing you can do against a Buffalo football team. As a result, they got behind. They were never really winning the ball game at the line of scrimmage. It looks like today Bradshaw said, okay, fellas, if you can win the game at the line of scrimmage, which very few people have been able to do against Miami, we can then throw the football around. He's established that they can move the ball on the ground. That's something they haven't been doing effectively in the last 2 or 3 ball games.
Nice diversity of the offense, a lot of power, a lot of straight-ahead power with Franco Harris. Then the throw there to Flyer for the 1st down. They go back to Harris. He's so quick for being so big, and he takes the ball from the 38-yard line of the Steelers out to the 45. He got 7 before Vern Denherter, number 83, the left end, made the knockdown for Miami. 40 degrees and sunny in Pittsburgh. It was very overcast. There was snow yesterday. It's turned up perfect today. Second down and about 3 now for Bradshaw. Back to Franco Harris. Blyer leads the blocking, and Harris did not get there, but he's only going to be a yard or so short of the first down. He got the ball to the 48. Doug Vedder, 75, was on the tackle. Chambers, 51, also on the play.
Don, what they can do.
Well, they go with the power stack to the right. Look at all those people ready to block there. It's third down and a yard for the Steelers. Grossman comes in motion. He leads the block. Harris turns the corner and gets the first down, but there is a penalty marker down. Grossman, coming up from a wing back, took out a cornerback, wiped him right out. The play came over him. Here's a hold, though, against the Steelers, so a 3rd and 1 play comes back. Comes wide left along with T-Bell. They have Lynn Swan on the right flank. The Alabama rookie, Don McNeil's across from him at the corner. They really like McNeil the way he's played. 3rd down and 11. Bradshaw has a problem. Throws, gets the ball to Sweeney, and the ball is separated from him. Good defense by the Dolphins. Coming up from the secondary, Don Veselu was on the play, and Gerald Small, 48. So the Steelers, after the holding penalty assessed against them, cannot convert the 3rd down, and now they'll punt the ball back to Miami, the 3-yard line.
When you're kicking it from inside your 40, very seldom do you say your offense did a good job, but they did. Control the ball for 4.5 minutes, established they could move it on the ground, and they get it out of bad field position.
And here's Colquitt stepping into the ball. Tony Nathan's back deep. Nathan going to look at the ball. He's going to field it now in the second hop, and here he comes. Good special teams play by Pittsburgh. Frank Pollard, 44, was down there first. Then Dwayne Woodruff came down. So did Craig Wolfley. So it was a punt of 44 yards. The return. Tight end is Ronnie Lee. He's set for the left. And Bruce Hardy's also in the game as the second tight end. One running back. That's Woody Bennett. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. First and 10 play, and Woodley stands back there by himself, throws it out to Bennett. Bennett gets the ball out to the 26-yard line, got about 4. Lauren Taves, 51, and Mel Blunt on the right corner, making the knockdown for the Steelers. Starts has hit over 60% of his throws. He's really gained maturity, and it's been tough as a rookie starting in the NFL. Here's a pitch back to Bennett. Flashes off the left side, gets across the 30, short of a first down, but close to it.
It was a very nice
championship. They were 3rd in the whole NFL with 49 sacks. New England led the league with. Area starts with your pass rush.
You got it.
3rd down and less than a yard for Miami. Hardy comes in motion, deploys as a wing back right. Woodley calls number 16, his number, takes it ahead, looks like he has the first down for Miami. Got the ball to the 32-yard line. Don Shula, the coach of Miami, and Chuck Noll, his counterpart with Pittsburgh, go back a long way together, played in Cleveland Brown teams together, and it was Shula who at age 27 decided to retire from football to go into coaching, started at the University of Virginia. 2 years younger than him, Chuck Noll, at 27, decided to retire. And 3.
We'll get into that deciding to retire in a minute, Don.
Woodley, very quick, looking to elude the rush, and David Woodley on a 1st and 10 runs the ball ahead for 12 yards and a first down. He got the ball out to the 45-yard line from his own 33. Mel Blunt finally ran him down. There's the quickness we were talking about. David Woodley has it.
And it's fine to have quickness, and right now Miami can't afford the luxury of not having their quarterback scramble and run, because in order to keep themselves in ball games, he's got to do these sort of things to keep their drives alive. But down the line, as Woodley progresses, you're going to see him running the ball less and less, and waiting a little longer to fire it to open receivers that come open late. And as we've mentioned so often, he's one of those guys that comes into camp every 15 years unheralded. But I think you'll see him run less and less.
Well, I say it's a game for young legs, and Woodley has those and all the speed. Now the handoff goes to Bennett. On a 1st and 10 play, Bennett from his 45-yard line gets it out close to the 48. There's no score on the board. The first quarter winding down. We have 1:40 to play in it. Talking about Shula and Noll and the way they date back to... Second down and 8 now. Pitch back to Bennett. Blockers are there. Free ball. Steelers have it. This is Mel Blunt. Woodley has an angle on him. Mel Blunt's down inside. He fumbles the ball. It goes out of bounds, but the Steelers have it inside the 20-yard line.
White fumbled his helmet. I don't know whether it was a ball or not. Woody Bennett made a fine play, but you have to carry the ball for those 5-yard gains. Mel Blunt's as fine an opportunist as you'll ever see. When he starts playing one-on-one coverage, he can do that with anybody, but you let that ball go free, and it's amazing how he finds it quicker than anyone. That's an awfully nice pickup. How many times do you see guys go to pick it up and run with it and forget to carry it on a pickup?
And kick it.
That's right.
So the Steelers get the big turnover, and now they have their best field position of the football game for either team. They're inside the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. 18-yard line of Miami, no score, first quarter, end off. And the Steelers drive it right at the Dolphins again. Franco Harris taking it up the middle. Franco Harris with
what's happening right now.
Blunt was credited, John, with a 32-yard return on the fumble recovery. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 7, and Bradshaw takes a look deep. He's rolling out. Whoops. Fires into the end zone and unloads it over the end zone. Wisely, Swan was down there, so was Franco Harris, and they were both well covered. Some players around. Let's see if he can grasp it.
Perfect example of what we're talking about. There's good experience and bad experience. He had bad, and it took him about 6 years to get going.
He sure got going. 3rd down, 7 to go for the 1st down. Bradshaw takes a drop, timing pattern, takes a look. He's got a problem now. Got room to run, but he doesn't want it. He's hurt. Look at these blocks. Steelers just leveling people.
He's got him in the corner.
Man's open. Touch. Oh! Rocky Bleier couldn't hold onto the ball. Don't knock the rock. He doesn't drop many.
I tell you, he can't believe it.
No. Bradshaw had room to run, but he's so banged up, I'm sure he's got instructions. Don't go anywhere, but stay behind that line of scrimmage. There were some kickoff blocks and almost a touchdown. We'll be back. Now on 4th down, Matty Barr ready to try a field goal. Be a 33-yard attempt. Colquitt will hold. Webster's the snapper. Everything's good so far. The ball is up and on the way and through. So the Steelers capitalize on Mel Blunt's fumble recovery and 32-yard return. They didn't take it in. They almost did on the throw to Bleier. Now they convert a 33-yard field goal, and Pittsburgh's on the board on the opening play of the 2nd quarter.
Don, you know, the funny part of that play just before the field goal is that Bradshaw did all the things that were needed to be done in order to find Bleier. It's very difficult when a quarterback's scrambling back there just trying to keep his head above the carpet to find a guy running against the grain. It was only the experience of Bleier that got him open.
Pittsburgh, you see, only a game out. They win today, they'd be tied for 2nd because there's going to be a separation among those leaders with Houston and Cleveland playing this afternoon, the doubleheader game on NBC. Vesselu takes another short kickoff for Miami and rockets out across the 35-yard line. The last lunge takes him to the 37. Miami goes on offense for a 3rd time. Tunç Ilkin, the only Turkish-born player in the NFL, came down and made the play.
And I'll tell you, that return was very costly to the Dolphins because Don Vesselu is hobbling off. He's been an outstanding safety man for them, both fortunately.
1st and 10, Miami, 37-yard line. Ronnie Lee switches over to the right. Shula's team giving a lot of different looks to the Pittsburgh defense. Here's a pitch back to Tony Nathan. Nathan getting a starting running back job, gets across the 45-yard line to the 46. He comes in averaging 5.5 a carry, and he's the leading back in the NFL in receiving yardage. Caught 46 coming into the game.
You know, when you talk about Miami's offense, and I think they were as successful as they were in the early 70s because they had such outstanding down linemen. Now, take a look at Bob Kuechenberg, who's been here through number 67, who's been here throughout their success and their rebuilding progress. He gets out in front of Tony Nathan, puts a little block on Jack Lambert. It didn't look like much of a block, but when you stalemate a Lambert, you give your back a chance to get past the line of scrimmage.
Well, Shula says of Kuechenberg, he's a street fighter. They don't come any tougher than Cooch. Here's a handoff to Delvin Williams on 2nd down and 2. He looks like he was knocked down short of the 48 where he had to go for the 1st down. 3rd down and less than 1 now. 3 tight ends in the game for the Dolphins. Joe Rose joins Ronnie Lee and Bruce Hardy. Pittsburgh knocks it down. Here's a penalty marker coming in from off the play. The umpire throwing in from behind the middle linebacker.
And it's usually holding.
Well, Pittsburgh thinks it's against Miami. They're clapping and waving.
I'll be curious to see.
Disappointment too.
I'll be curious to see if they take it, even though that it does come up a foot or two short, because Miami could go for it on 4th down. They better not have their defense run off the field with waving their fists if it's 4th down and a yard. But it looks as though they lost yardage on the play, which would make it 4th and 2. In which case, I don't think they will take it.
Holding 63. Offense, penalties decline, 4th down.
They got the center, Mark Denner.
Got it.
There's the rock.
Let's take a look at Donnie Shell. He's been an outstanding strong safety. Excellent force man. When you have to take on those big backs and you're a strong safety, and then you get a piece of the ball carrier stopping him for a loss, you've done more than your job.
George Roberts ready to punt. You'll recall his first one out at the 3-yard line. Now he gets another good roll, and Roberts ball is down at the 15 or 16-yard line of the Steelers. So Roberts again hits it inside the 20-yard line, and the Steelers go on offense with 13:07 left to play in the first half. 53-yard punt by Mr. Roberts. 3-0, and a 32-yard field goal by Matt Barr. We're early in the second quarter. Bradshaw takes the drop on first down, swings it out of the ball, 2nd and 10. Came in low. Steelers in uniform today. They lost a couple off the waiver list to Miami. Tom Dornbrook and Rick Moser were quickly scooped up by Shula when they showed up on the wire. Bradshaw hands off to Franco Harris on a 2nd down and 10 play, and Harris takes the ball to the 21-yard line. He got 5. Ernest Roan, one of the linebackers, 2 big backs and 3 wide receivers. 3rd down and 5 now for Pittsburgh. Bradshaw stands in, throws it out. Sidney Thornton goes up for the ball, comes down without it. Larry Gordon was covering on the play, number 50. So the Steelers will have to punt the ball.
Given a chance to be developed.
There's Tony Nathan standing back at his 40. Colquitt hits the ball deep. Nathan's going to return it though. Here he comes. Whoop, free ball. Pittsburgh has it. Pittsburgh has the ball. No signal yet. The Steeler wrapped his arms around it. A 35-yard punt, but it looks like it could be Miami's 2nd turnover. Coach Shula, the most anxious party in the building.
This is the thing, Dan, that if you're a Miami ball player, you just don't want to have happen to Pittsburgh when you've got them at home. If they're playing at home and they get on top of you, they could just run you right out of the ballpark. Now, the Miami defense has played very well. They've given them a few short things, but they haven't broken. This turnover puts Pittsburgh in an excellent position.
Greg Hawthorne comes off the pile. Dennis Winston has the ball. It was either him or Hawthorne. It might have been Hawthorne who scooped it away. There was a little fight going on. There always is. But the Steelers get their 2nd fumble recovery of this first half.
I think Winston was a little hot. He wanted to get credit for it.
I tell you, the guy gets a lot of credit is Woodruff. He separated Nathan from the football. We'll be back at Three River Stadium after this. We're set to go now. 2nd quarter. 12:02 to play in it. Steelers leading 3-0. And they have the ball 1st and 10 at the Miami 42. Whoops. Misconnection, but Franco Harris turns it into yardage. Bradshaw takes a look at Franco. He knows you can get hurt getting in Franco's way.
2 fellas only played together 9 years. Guess it happens to everybody.
Franco hampered by injuries. You look at the injury breakdown of key people this year. Great John Starworth missed no games in '79. He's missed 9 this year. All-pro people haven't been there a lot of weeks for Pittsburgh. Franco Harris is there today, though. On 2nd down and 7, he drives the ball inside the 35-yard line of Miami. Bo Camper, 58, that big outside linebacker from St. They have. It's now 3rd down and 2. 33-yard line of Miami. Takes it down to the 31, and he has a 1st down for the Steelers.
Sitting in Pittsburgh's line.
On 1st down, Bradshaw play fakes. Into the end zone, Lynn Swann. Touchdown Steelers. What a play. A Hall of Fame combination. Terry Bradshaw to Lynn Swann, and the Steelers bring the 54,000 here at Three River Stadium up and standing in salute as the world champions strike on a picture play.
One of the very few times you'll ever see anybody get beat down the middle for Miami. That time Don McNeil, Glenn Blackwood, the 2 of them got thrown right in between. There's one man that can dissect them. It's Lynn Swann. And Bradshaw again put the ball exactly where it had to be thrown. Perfectly time, 6 points for Pittsburgh.
Swan has done so much in the recent weeks since returning from the injury list. In the 4 games leading to this one, he had 16 receptions for 247 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now a 30-yard reception and a touchdown and an absolutely picture-perfect play. And the Steelers take a 10-0 lead in the second quarter. We'll be back at Pittsburgh after this.
What makes this truck different?
This season, a very big one, 30 yards and a touchdown as the Steelers take command at the moment, 10-0. Barr kicks off. It's a high kick again. It's short, though. Dessler with the 13-yard line. He lifts it up. Dessler breaks it across the 30 and out across the 35-yard line out to the 37. So the Steelers go on defense. Miami goes back on offense. Miami having turned the ball over twice on fumbles, and both times the world champions converted those fumble recoveries into points.
And weaknesses that don't tell immediately and aren't exposed in themselves is a thing such as a kickoff. Now, Barr has kicked the ball 3 times, all 3 times very short, has given Miami good field position. And if you do that throughout the course of a ball game, it's wonderful. But if you have 8 or 9 kickoffs, because it means you've scored a lot of points, but you better put the ball farther down the field.
He's been hitting the high spinners. Now David Woodley and the Dolphins in a hole, down 10-0. Howell and Nathan are the running backs. Steve Howell's in the game as the fullback. Play fake to Nathan. Woodley low, throws long, man is open. The ball is caught. Very well done. And Mike Wagner stuck Nat Moore, but he came down with the ball.
Still can't do it.
Wagner made Nat Moore pay, but Nat Moore hung on. Now on the run, Delvin Williams, who incidentally is the only back to make the Pro Bowl. So could Hugh Green right here from Pittsburgh, the defensive player. It's second down and 6 now. Woodley rolling out. Steelers converge. There's a strike to Nat Moore. It's a first down throw if it goes.
And it's going to go.
Great throw. He's got
Out, and he's rolling out a little bit. Now, what that does is it makes up for any mistake your guards or centers might make. On the play, Kuchenberg is responsible sitting in the hole. His man ran around him cleanly. Let's take a look. Number 67 to the left. Gary Dunn runs around him very cleanly, but when he does, he has to go to the outside. He doesn't have enough time to get to Woodley. As a result, he gets the ball off for a completion.
So David Woodley has the Dolphins moving with a couple of throws to Nat Moore. It's first and 10 Miami. 10-0 Pittsburgh. Woody Bennett climbs over the top and gets down to the 28-yard line. Got a couple, and that was all. Gary Dunn. And second down and 8 now for Miami. 28-yard line of the Steelers. Here comes the rush, a blitz, and Woodley gets it away, makes the completion. Tony Nathan swinging out of the backfield with his 47th reception of the season. Third down, almost 4 for Miami. Steeler crowd starts up. They'll give you some support. Tip ball, it's free. It's incomplete. Jack Ham was smoking after it, looking at it, couldn't get it. They've been murder in this stadium over the years.
Well, they've played with a lot of emotion for years, but I think they're playing with execution today, Don, better than they have in the past couple of weeks. You can see good pressure on the quarterback is almost as important as getting a sack. They've had good pressure from
Football League champions for the last 6 years, have won 83% of their games here at Three Rivers Stadium in the last 10 years, dating back to 70. Field goal attempt is on the way by Von Schaumann, and he gets it through, so the Dolphins are on the board. With 6:33 left to play in the first half, Miami gets its first points of the game on the field goal by Uwe Von Schaumann. A 42-yarder. It is a 10-3 game, Pittsburgh. Threw the ball 39 yards on 6 plays, culminating in a 42-yard field goal by Uwe Von Schaumann, who now kicks off. Here's Russell Davis from Michigan from his 2, 10, 20. And Russell Davis is knocked down and hard. Steve Schul comes down to make the hit at the 22-yard line. So the Steelers need to win every game. As Chuck Noll, their coach, says every game is a playoff game for us now, just to get back to the playoffs. Bradshaw throws, and he's got Grossman. Short-handed tight end. As they say about Grossman, if you get it near him, he'll catch it, and Grossman comes down with the ball at the 28-yard line, a gain of about 6. John?
And we mentioned allows them to play a 3-man line and a 4-man line without substituting any players. He's extremely quick, very big man. Primarily they have him so that in certain situations he can isolate his rush.
Second down and 4 now for the Steelers. Ball at their 28-yard line. Swing pass goes out. Franco Harris takes on the Miami defense. Glenn Blackwood, the free safety, hit him. But Franco is ahead for a Pittsburgh first down to the 33-yard line. First down and 10, Miami. On defense, Pittsburgh with the ball at the Pittsburgh Bo Camper, 58, who has the size of a lineman and the maneuverability of a linebacker where he plays. Very rangy. Bo Camper is 6'6", 245 pounds. He's a blitzer. Bradshaw's been sacked a lot. This is 2nd and 12. They go to Blyer. He uses the block from Penny. And Blyer takes on Chambers with his helmet. Blyer drives ahead for a few yards across the 35-yard line.
With a few nagging injuries, but he's playing very well. They haven't tried him off.
Now they go to the extra defensive back on 3rd and long yardage. Pull the linebacker. Chambers goes out. Bradshaw takes a look. Lets her go. Alvin Sweeney goes for the ball and almost had it on a tip drill with Miami Dolphins. A live tip drill.
Boy, would Bradshaw love to have had that ball back when it left his hand. Throwing the ball to the right when you're moving to the left is the hardest thing in the game. We're watching Bo Camper and Dewey play a little game, trying to get isolated on a back to get to Bradshaw. That time Blyer cut underneath. He got good help from Penny. Well played. When Bradshaw let the ball go, it looks like a kickoff coming down the field, and it happens to hit Sweeney right on the dead run in the hands. Big drop.
Tony Nathan goes back again now for the Dolphins. Craig Colquitt in the game to punt for Pittsburgh. Gets the ball from his 28. High kick. Good kick. Takes it down inside the 30. Nathan signals for and makes the fair catch, fully aware of what happened the last time he returned a punt. It was fumbled, and the Steelers turned it into a touchdown. Only one coach in pro football history has a better playoff record than this man, Vince Lombardi. Turned out to be quite a nice day in Pittsburgh. Temperature about 40 degrees. It was a lot lower than that, and it was snowing last night and overcast, but now it's clear and sunny. We were talking about Chuck Noll's playoff record. He's 14-4 in postseason play. Lombardi's Packers were 9-1.
I'm not sure 14-4 isn't better. It means you've been in a lot more of them.
Good point. First down and 10 for Miami. At the Dolphin 30. Woodley, timing pattern, going to Nat Moore. And Ron Johnson is right with Nat Moore, who's caught a couple of balls in this game. Very nice reception. I think it was cut by the Saints. Woodley, an 8th rounder. 12 quarterbacks were selected before him in the last draft. And he's the only rookie starter. Here's the throw. It's long. They're going to Joe Rose, a tight end, a rookie from Cal. 3 years. I mean, this season he's caught more touchdown passes than any player in the NFL. Woodley stands in on 3rd down. He throws. It's broken off by Shell. Nat Moore was the intended receiver, and Shell was right there. So the Steelers hold on 3 consecutive downs against the throw, and now Miami must punt it back to Pittsburgh.
Nat Moore on Donnie Shell. This time, they just figured that Donnie Shell won't let him come across the middle open again. As a result, let's try him on an out pattern. Shell covered the out perfectly and forced a turnover.
Shell, one of those rare free agents who makes first-team All-Pro. Here is a booming punt by Roberts. Really unloads. T. Bell back at his 22. He's got room to return it. And T. Bell takes it back to the 33. A return of over 11 yards. And he's averaging over 11 on his punt returns. One of the best in the American Conference after a 49-yard punt. So at 3:24 left to play in the first half. There's timeout with the Steelers up by 7.
You've got...
And we've got another good one coming up after this one on most of these NBC stations. Cleveland at Houston, a doubleheader day on first down and 10. The Steelers go to the run. Franco takes it across the 35. This is Don Criqui with John Brody at Three River Stadium. Bradshaw to Lynn Swan. It was 10-0. Dolphins came back, kicked a long field goal by Von Schaum. It's 10-3 right now. On 2nd down and 7, Bradshaw throws. Swan goes up. The ball is tipped away by Blackwood. Glenn Blackwood, a Texas defensive back.
You want to see a perfect lesson in how to block offensively if you're a lineman? This is one of the real stalwarts of the offensive line. Larry Brown, number 79 on A.J. Dewey, who's an excellent pass rusher. He gets excellent position, fine footwork. By the time the ball is thrown, he just kind of runs Dewey back to the line of scrimmage.
Tyrone McGriff was right in there blocking well, too.
And that's how you allow Lynn Swan to run those 25-yard patterns. If you don't get that kind of protection, you pile those.
Sacks have been a problem with the world champions. They have only 16 does their defense, and their quarterback, Bradshaw's been sacked 24 times. Not today. 3rd down and 7. He again gets time. Throws it. 3 balls. It's caught. T. Bell. Inside the 40. Foot race now inside the 30. Not
rookie. Comes out as a 12th round draft choice, steps in and does a fine job, and as the year has progressed, he's played better and better. This allows Bradshaw to let Theo Bell run a pattern 20 yards down the field, get a good break on a tip, and pick up 45 yards.
45 and a first down for the Steelers. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 19 when we come back to Three Rivers Stadium. Bradshaw checks out his wide people. T. Bell to the left. Swan to the right. Swan's in the end zone. Here's the throw. And the Dolphins converge on the ball and break it up. Veselu comes in, splits the ball.
Tell you, you know, you...
Second down and 10 now for the Steelers. 19-yard line. Franco on a draw. He gets plenty. Powering his way down inside the 15-yard line. He takes it to the 12. He'll be about 4 yards short of a first down.
It's been breaks that have dictated the score so far.
Has been. Two Miami fumbles turn into Steeler points. Bradshaw throws, man's open in the end zone, and the ball is tipped away. Veselu recovers again. Gerald Small was also on the play.
He was open, but if that's all the longer these guys are...
State broke up that play. Don McNeil, the rookie from Alabama, who's a leading candidate for Rookie of the Year honors on defense, is at the left corner. He was Miami's number 1, and they really like what they got. Field goal attempt now, 29 yards. Barr puts it right up to the middle again.
Little penalty.
Yep, there's the penalty marker down.
A.J. Dewey handled Barr as if he was a rag doll. Let's take a look. Here comes Dewey down the line. Gets a little piece of Barr, carries Colquitt down the line a bit, and he gets called.
Bringing the offense back out. They're going to get a first down out of this. They're going to take the points off the board.
That play, before the play was completed, it was in the continuation of the play. It's a penalty and a first down. Those are the sort of mistakes you just have to watch for.
Personal foul, running in the kicker, 77. Defense, the field goal has been declined. They're taking a first down.
Don is saying, Shula is saying that happened after the kick. Yeah, but the ball was in the air, so the play is still continued.
So Chuck Noll, playing percentages now, will try to take his team and drive it into the end zone. They take the 3 points off. It goes from a 13-3 lead to a 10-3 lead. But the Steelers have the ball. First and goal from the 7. Swan is wide right. T-Bell wide left. Puts his head down, and Miami doesn't give him anything. He might have gotten a yard. Don Veselu came up. Rusty Chambers, 51, was also on the play. And Vern Denherter was the first to get through. Mr. Shula and Mr. Lepore had a confrontation.
Well, I think if there's one man that's probably as well versed in the rules, it's got to be Don Shula. He's on the competition committee. He legislates a lot of these rules, and he is on top of it. Now, generally, when you're talking about a field goal attempt, which is generally after a touchdown, the penalty is added after the kickoff. In this case, he felt it should have been done after change of possession. It's a judgment call by the official who went the other way.
Second and goal. Bradshaw takes a look. He fires. Touchdown. The ball was lost.
I think so.
Swan had it and lost it. It'll be third and goal from the 7. Talking about Shula, he's also big enough to admit a mistake. Earlier this year, Woodley, well, let's the replay first.
Well, Don, he doesn't make many. That's why he's big enough to admit one. As we come back and watch Bradshaw with plenty of time again, his offensive line is giving him enough time. He finds Lynn Swan down on the ground. You can see it goes right through his arms, as did the one to Blyer earlier in the second quarter, or first quarter.
40 seconds to play in the first half. Bradshaw trips and falls. So you'll remember before they took a 29-yard field goal off the board, and now at the line of scrimmage, the 17, they're going to be trying a 34-yarder.
And they haven't got the 3 points yet. I've seen those sort of things work in several different ways. I still wouldn't have taken the 3 points. I'd rather have the ball back and see what we can do. But here comes Bradshaw. That's the third time in 2 weeks that he has tripped coming out from underneath the center. Last week, he got stepped on by Webster and had to leave the ball game. And that one cost him an excellent chance to score.
It up, and it is good. It just got inside, but it is there again. So Mars now hit 3 for 3, but only 2 count. They took 1 down, and the Steelers again open up a 10-point lead with a 13-3 lead, and only 18 seconds left to play in the half.
I tell you, there's a real division of opinion here.
Ooh.
But the ball definitely, all it has to do is go through it. It goes over the top of the crossbar.
Oh, man.
Now, had it hit the bar, it most certainly would not have gone in. But if it's over on the same line, it is good. They ruled it so.
Well, they've got the high standards now.
Not way in, but 3 points. We got a lot of officials down there, Don.
Looked like
they forgot to wear their jerseys.
Remember Chandler kicking one for Green Bay some years ago when a league championship was on the line.
And that one missed, but he got 3 points for it.
So with 18 seconds left to play in the first half, Pittsburgh will kick off leading by 10, 13-3. At halftime, we'll be going to New York to Brian Gumbel and NFL 80 as we update the action around the league. The season coming down the stretch now. The playoff spots on the line. These two teams are hoping. Here's a return by Veselu across the 25-yard line out to the 28. To see with a 13-3 lead. Woodley will be pitching. He's got 2 people wide right, 1 wide to the left.
He's trying for an interference call.
Throws up the middle to Tony Nathan. Nathan gets ahead to the 39-yard line. He has a first down for Miami. An 11-yard gain on the play, but you see the clock is down to 4 seconds. Good game to get him standing. He usually takes it all in stride. 4 seconds left in the first half. David Woodley cocks and throws to Tony Nathan. He is a speeder, but there's a lot of Steelers taking a look at him. And Tony Nathan bails out. The first half ends on a 16-yard game. So the Steelers, who need every game, in the opinion of their coach Chuck Nolan and everybody else who follows this league, have a 10-point lead at the half, 13-3. Hey, man, I want Uwe von Schamann. He can hit it hard. The Oklahoma kicker drilled it down the field to Russell Davis across the 15-yard line. To the 20, out to the 28. And big Russell Davis, a 230-pound power back with a sprinter spree, takes the ball to the 30. Russell Davis distinguished himself in the East-West game a couple of years ago when he scored 6 times. Stock went up. First half numbers, John.
Well, the stats are rather similar, with the Steelers an edge in every department just by a little bit. The Dolphins, one thing they have done, they've completed more balls, but they haven't been the distance that the Steelers did. They're going to have to do a little bit more in the second half offensively, or you can't contain the Steelers.
First down at 10. Bradshaw takes a drop, throws over the middle. Grossman turned around, hit him right in the face mask, it looked like.
That was just a little miscommunication, Don. Franco Harris is supposed to have already been through that area.
Hit Harris. So it's second down and 10 now for the Steelers. They go to the run. Here comes Franco on second and 10. He drives the ball out close to the 35-yard line. 14:40 left to play in the third quarters. We're just open percentage throws, but he's hit some big ones, including the 30-yarder to Lynn Swan in the end zone and the 45-yarder to T. Bell that set up the field goal. Time. There's a throw. Rocky Bleier has the ball. And he is out to the 47-yard line, a gain of 17 yards and a first down.
All day to throw the ball. Look at the right side. Larry Brown on Bo Camper. It just looks like Bo Camper's glued to Brown. Gives him enough time to come off to a 4th receiver, pick up the first down.
Ground level throw. That wasn't one of Bradshaw's finest spirals, but the end result was good. Bradshaw now drills it hard, and it's intercepted by Miami. Don McNeil, the rookie cornerback from Alabama.
Trying to pepper that Miami defense. Bradshaw throws this ball before Swan has completed his pattern. He never even did find the ball. Excellent cornerback play.
Some say it's the toughest position in the game. He's starting as a rookie.
Watch what
Down Bear Bryant's national championship game of a season ago with an interception.
And I really think this was a misread defense. He thought Don McNeil was in a man-to-man situation with Lynn Swan. He actually had help deep. As a result, it allowed McNeil to come inside and pick it off.
So the Dolphins with good field position out at the 47. Pitch back to Delvin Williams. Guys are out in front. Lambert meets the run. But Delvin Williams with a lot of power behind his front side on the right gets ahead. Cardinals continue to lead the Giants 7-0 on Otis Anderson's touchdown run for Green Bay. Williams just threw to Isaac Haggins for a 17-yard touchdown play. Buffalo looking for its 10th win of the season. Cincinnati, as you know, is looking for, hopefully not its 10th loss. Kansas City could get it to him. Delvin Williams goes ahead and gets the ball down to the 46-yard line. Banaszak makes the play. 11th at Miami. Third down and 3 for the Dolphins. Woodley has a lot of crowd noise to contend with as he calls signals. He throws. Comes in on the one hop amidst the Steelers' own defenders, Nick Giacquitto. On camera, you'll see what T-Bell has coming down at him.
Everybody gets a chance to catch a punt, right?
Hey, it weighs a lot more when it comes down that high. Dolphins are right there. Hardy was there. So Miami covers well after a 36-yard punt by Roberts, and again they pin the Steelers back inside the 15-yard line. They're going to spot it inside the 10. And the Steelers going offense first and 10 at their 9-yard line. Bradshaw with Sidney Thornton and Franco Harris behind him. Harris is the second back through, and he takes it across the 10 and out close to the 14-yard line.
Penny and Peterson made an excellent block at the point of attack, and they picked out a running back is looking at. He knows down there the yardage comes very tough. If everybody gets a piece of someone and Sidney Thornton does his job at the point of attack, that play looks like it's no good at all. But because they got real yards.
Pretty close to 5. Second and a long 5 for the Steelers. It's at their 14-yard line. Third quarter. Hand off to Harris. Bill Harris drives close to a first down. Looks like he'll be just short. On the tackle was Larry Gordon. Miami going against New England at the Orange Bowl, then to Baltimore, and then to the Orange Bowl on the 20th. That's Saturday the 20th, December 20th. An eerie silence about that game, Rhodes.
Not if they're in contention, and there's a good chance they might be if they get by today.
Here's Bradshaw on first and 10. Deep drop, lots of time. Long ball, man is open. T-Bell, he's got the ball. It's a foot race. Inside the 30. Look at this guy run with the ball. T-Bell is all the way down to the 21-yard line. Another big connection. Bradshaw to T-Bell earlier was 45 yards. This one covers 61 yards.
Extremely impressive play, Don. But what's impressive to me is against a fine defensive pass rush team, their offensive line allowed Theo Bell to run down, out, and up. Now, when you get this kind of pass protection for your quarterback, we know what Bradshaw can do. We know what Franco Harris and Blyer and Theo Bell and Swan can do. But none of them can operate, and they haven't been able to the last 3 weeks without excellent pass protection. They've done well at the point of attack, and they've given Bradshaw nothing but time to throw.
T-Bell has some nice numbers today. Statistician Joe Costanza points out he's caught 2 for 105 yards. Here's a handoff. Franco Harris running in first down. And Franco in playoff form, the greatest playoff runner in the history of this league. With his Steelers needing all they can get, takes the ball ahead for close to 10 yards. Second down and 1. Let's throw the ball at center. Right back to Franco. Lost the ball. Who's got the ball? You remember that Miami lost 2 fumbles. Now the Steelers lose the ball when they're down point-blank range. Miami gets it back on a fumble recovery. Bo Kemper and Glenn Blackwood down at the bottom of that pile.
Well, that's a big play for Miami. He sees the ball leave Harris's hands and makes an all-out effort to try and get it. Just gets there a little bit late.
And we'll be back with Miami's possession after this. He's having a big day, as you see his total yardage number, but he's very unhappy with that last fumble as the Steelers looked like they were going to take it in. But Lyle Blackwood came up with the ball. Quinn Blackwood. Brother of Lyle.
He's a good one.
He is. Pitch back. Delvin Williams gets ahead, crosses the 5 and gets out to the 9. He did well. Now for an update.
A couple of scores to report at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The Chiefs are on the board from 26 yards out. Field goal by Nick Lowry. Bengals out in front 7-3. That ball game in the second. Meanwhile, at Baltimore's Memorial Stadium, the Bills have added yet another touchdown. Joe Ferguson from the shotgun, completing a 12-yarder to Ron Jesse. Point after is good in the second. It's 14-0 Bills. Let's go back to Three Rivers and Dunkirk.
All right, Brian, we're set to go here now. It's 2nd down and 7 for Miami. Delvin Williams tries to go wide. He gets stuck. Look back, and the black shirts were sweeping in.
Well, I tell you, their backs are really up against the wall because what you don't want to do is you don't want to create another turnover and give Pittsburgh the ball. A few isolated balls. They've got to start doing it.
3rd down and 7 now for Miami. 7:17 to play in the 3rd quarter. Woodley throws, it's tipped into the end zone, and White was able to play on the ball. He almost had an interception for a touchdown.
Well, Joe Green is playing, he's kind of playing Master Sergeant there. He's checking for lates and screens and draws. You can see he doesn't come on a straight pass rush. He's hanging around the area. As the ball's thrown, he picks up that big mid of his, bats it right back down. Almost gets it to Dwight White for a touchdown.
Ed Newman tried to slap it away, and Dwight White almost had a tip ball in the end zone. Now George Roberts, who's punted well for Miami, and he's had to, taps into his end zone as Joe Green is saluted on the sideline. Steelers will have good field position. T. Bell is standing in the 45-yard line of Miami.
Now, folks, you get a chance to punt. Nice sight.
Roberts kicks a low kick downfield. And T. Bell picks it up in a crowd and returns it down to the 43-yard line. So the Steelers go back on offense at the Miami 43 with 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. A 36-yard punt and no return. With the pressure on them just to make the playoffs. Leading this game 13-3. Bradshaw dropping to throw on 1st down. He wants some early. Long ball, man is open. T-Bell catches the ball again. All the way down to the 5-yard line. T-Bell is absolutely tearing him up. That was a 39-yard gain.
All right, the personality of Pittsburgh has been find a way to get to Lynn Swan. That leaves Theo Bell in situations where he can run patterns in a one-on-one situation. He's been getting plenty of pass protection. He gets Gerald Small in a one-on-one situation, runs an out and up. Now, it takes a little time to do that, but watch. As he comes down the field, he kind of slides to the outside. There's no hurry. The hurry is once you make your break. He catches Small coming forward. He's going down the field. Perfectly timed, perfectly executed. They got a 1st and 10 on inside the 5.
Bell has caught 3 today for 135 yards. Wolfley. Greg Wolfley, a rookie from Syracuse, and Ted Peterson both moving on the left side on a 1st and goal play from the 4. Bradshaw doesn't have the high percentage completions today, but he's got some big connections.
It's one thing to get off on the ball, but when you beat it, it does hurt your squad. 5 yards is big.
Ball start, 66. Offense, 1st down.
Bradshaw with only 8 completions and 20 throws, but the yardage is 208. Now the Steelers will go for it. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line of Miami. 6:50 to play in the 3rd quarter. Down to the 5. He got 4, maybe 4.5. Harris powering ahead. Mike Webster, the all-pro center. Unanimous selection at that position the last 2 seasons. Driving right out at the Miami defense at Baumauer, the middle guard.
And you can hear Shula trying to encourage his defense. He knows that if they can stay within 2 touchdowns, they can certainly get back in the ball game, as anybody who saw him play San Diego last week could recognize. If they let him get a touchdown here, it's going to be a long day.
2nd down and goal for Pittsburgh. Bradshaw takes a look. Here's the blitz. Shell goes down back outside the 15-yard line. Second time he's been sacked today. Baumhauer was coming through, so was Betters.
That's right, but Bradshaw still had time to throw if Gerald Small doesn't make an outstanding defensive play on Theo Bell out on the left side. Bradshaw is trying to go to a short out. He cannot. He's got plenty of time to throw the ball. He's got no receiver open. That's how you get caught.
Baumhauer got him. He wanted to make amends. He said he had a very bad game against Webster in that playoff game a year ago. Great doubleheader game today on NBC. The Browns and the Oilers at the Astrodome coming up next. Right now we've got a long way to go here at Pittsburgh. 5:52 to play third quarter. Bradshaw takes the drop. Third and goal. Fires into the end zone. Swan up in the air and it's separated. Fine defensive play by the young man who just intercepted a short time ago, McNeil, the rookie from Alabama.
Located the ball. If he had kept his back turned to the play, he'd have been able to make no play, and Swan would have come up with the ball. But a real good, alert, active defensive cornerback, once he has a man in perfect position, looks back, finds the ball, and sees what he can do with it. Good play, Don.
Barr tries for another field goal now. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Colquitt holds. No doubt about it. It's up and good. With 5:37 left to play in the third quarter, the Steelers extend their lead to 16-3. They'll be kicking off to the Miami Dolphins when we come back to Three Rivers Stadium. Been rather short. They've been high spinners. This time he gets some distance. Bessalou back to his 5. Wedge forms, and here comes Bessalou behind it. He breaks it. Turns the corner. Barr's after him, and finally he's caught down, knocked down by an all-pro. It shows you how the Steelers regard their special teams. They people like Mel Blunt on to cover kickoffs.
All right, that was an... Take a look at Bessalou, who got injured on one of his returns. This time he just barrels it right up into the wedge, hopes somebody creates a crack for him. They do open a hole. He's going to outrun Barr, but Mel Blunt is back as a safety man, taking anybody that goes through the hole. You know, earlier, this kickoff was necessitated because of a great play, and I think I've seen very few teaching examples like this one. Out and ups. The receivers normally in high school and college think you have to hurry it, so they hurry down to the defensive back, they create something, the quarterback isn't ready to throw, and they both run down the field together. Theo Bell took his time on the play, created a reaction from Gerald Small, as a result passed him when they were both going different directions, set up a field goal.
And now after the 41-yard return by Bessalou, Miami goes in offense. Flea flicker. Woodley throws long. He's got nobody there but Steelers. It's intercepted by Pittsburgh. Donnie Shell, the strong safety, right on the ball, and there's also a penalty marker down in the Miami backfield.
Going to be first down for Miami, I think, Don. Furness, the quarterback Woodley, went out of the pocket. He still is entitled to some protection, at least from being hit. And that is Chuck Knoll, who thinks that guy is fair game once he gets out of that pocket. He just wants to have him come over. They'd like to have a little chat, Donnie.
I think they would.
Those officials aren't so inclined very often. He's got to take a timeout to get his attention, and I don't think he's going to waste one because it's not going to change a thing.
No.
Here he comes. Cal Lepore and Chuck Knoll, a couple old pals. Don't touch him, Chuck.
Get expensive too.
You got that right.
I like the line Buddy Ryan, the defensive line coach at Chicago, after one of his players, Mike Hartenstein, was fined $1,000 for hitting Ron Jaworski of the Eagles. Says they should have fined the offensive tackle who missed the block. We're paying our guy to hit quarterbacks.
All right, here's what it's all about. David Woodley hands the ball off, gets the ball back. Now it's a flea flicker play. Good block by the fullback, but after he throws the ball, Furness knows the ball is gone. He's standing right in his face, and I think the rule, in the opinion of the official, the rule was interpreted correctly.
So the interception by Donnie Shell is negated. Miami gets a big penalty mark off and has a first down at the Steeler 40. 5:16 to go, third quarter. Still a good one. 16-3, but the Dolphins can get right back into it if they can score now. To the run. Delvin Williams off tackle. Knocked down at the 37-yard line. Now let's go back to Bryant Gumbel in New York. To go at Three Rivers Stadium at 2nd down and 7 now for the Miami Dolphins. Tony Nathan and Nick Giacquino the setbacks. There's the throw. He was looking at Nathan, was David Woodley, but the ball came in high, goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Miami, 37-yard line of Pittsburgh.
Nation with his head.
The Dolphins down on the Steeler end right now, though. 3rd down and 7 coming up for Miami. Woodley backpedal, stands in, it's incomplete.
I think he was in the end zone.
Yep, touchback is signaled.
Backing down the ball, but he can't be in the end zone when he does so. The ball doesn't get in, but he is.
This Thursday at 8 o'clock, he's strongest 11-year-olds in the youth fitness pentathlon competition. Figure skating and Olympic gold medal winner Dorothy Hamill helps cover that. Thursday at 8 on NBC. Here's a pitch to Benny Cunningham. The big tight end makes his first reception of the game on a first down play. Gets ahead for 11. It's a
Contributor. So far this year, he hasn't.
first down and 10, Pittsburgh. Bradshaw throws, incomplete. Field goal to give St. Louis a 10-0 lead over the Giants. Greg Landry, a 7-yard run. It's 14-7. Buffalo over Baltimore. 2nd down and 10 now for Pittsburgh. Harris doesn't find much in the middle of the Miami defense. Ernest Roan, one of the inside linebackers, 5th one. Let's go back to Brian Campbell in New York.
Thank you, Don Cricky. In Baltimore, the Colts are quickly getting back into their game against the Bills. Kickoff after Baltimore's first score. Roland Hooks has the ball stripped from him, and it's a blue jersey Colt that comes up with it. They're in business deep in Buffalo territory, but trailing by 7. Let's go back to Don at Three Rivers.
Thank you, Brian. 3rd down and 8 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball at their 32-yard line. 3rd quarter, 2:50 to play in it. Steelers lead the game 16-3. Eludes the rush, and then he's caught and knocked down at the 33-yard line, and Pittsburgh will have to punt the ball back. Baumhauer coming off that 3-point and smoking right at Terry Bradshaw.
You bet. When you elude that rush, you have to elude it all, and there were a couple of stragglers at the end that pulled him down quite easily. You can see Bo Camper coming in to force the play inside. Baumhauer makes the play.
Baumhauer in on his 2nd sack of Bradshaw. Tony Nathan is back deep now. The punt by Colquitt is a spiral carrying downfield. Fair catch is signaled for and made by Nathan at the Miami 30. And with 2:07 left to go in the 3rd quarter, the Dolphins go back on offense. A 37-yard punt by Colquitt. Bradshaw has put the only touchdown of this game in the end zone for Pittsburgh on a 30-yard throw to Lynn Swann, a perfect strike.
And you know these guys aren't satisfied offensively because Miami has been up to the task defensively. It's their offense that has not been able to get them back, and it's their defense who is so vastly improved today.
David Woodley setting his team down 1st and 10 at the 30. Big rush. He's got a problem, but he's quick and he gets away. Here's Dwight White after him. Woodley throws. It's caught. The ball is caught. Joe Rose came back at the ball, caught it for a 12-yard gain and a 1st down.
That's one of those makeshift plays that you see good athletic ability turn into 1st downs. But that isn't the way you're going to beat Pittsburgh. If they keep forcing Woodley out of the pocket and he has no...
Jenner down over the ball in center. Kuchenberg and Newman the guards. Giesler and Laxo the tackles. Pitch back goes to Delvin Williams. He's ahead for a 1st down and more. As Delvin Williams is out to the 49-yard line. Playoff team a year ago. They might be a better football team now with the young people they've been playing.
I think a lot of people feel that way. Importantly, the Dolphins.
1st and 10. Here's the throw. It's a connection. Down inside the 40-yard line. Donnie Shell makes the tackle on Bruce Hardy at Pittsburgh.
And defensive holding doesn't matter. When that ball's in the air, if somebody's holding defensively, whether he's in the area of the pass or not, it goes against the defense. Again, this was an example of Woodley having a man open and overthrowing him. Now, if you're going to play ball control throwing,
Holding, 5-9, defense, 1st down.
and you get halfbacks and tight ends open, you've got to hit him. That ball's only got to be thrown 14, 15 yards. He's missing more than his share right now.
1st and 10 now for Miami. 31-yard line of Pittsburgh. A lot of time left. Early in the 4th quarter, Woodley rolls out. Goes on the run. There's a man open. Touchdown, Miami. Nat Moore.
the perfect time. This is a move by the quarterback. Donnie Shell's playing a deep double zone safety. He waited just long enough. He is not really beaten defensively. This takes great execution on the part of Nat Moore and Woodley. Woodley puts the ball to him on the dead run. Shell is just one step behind. Touchdown for Miami. And as you had the feeling, Miami is now within a touchdown of taking the lead.
One can get real good. Van Schaman puts the extra point up. A spinner is right through the middle. And so with 14:49 left to go, almost a full quarter, the Dolphins are back to within 6. It's 16-10. Pittsburgh will be back in a moment. Didn't take long. Miami Dolphins in only 4 plays go 70 yards. The touchdown strike from David Woodley to Nat Moore. 31 yards in the score that brings the Dolphins back to within 6 points. Hawthorne takes the kickoff back for Pittsburgh and comes across the 30.
Fumbles the ball. I don't know.
He did. Miami says they have it.
If they don't rule it dead, it's
They have it. They have the ball. Miami gets the ball back. So this one has turned fast. And the Steelers seemingly in command with a 16-3 lead now lose the kickoff.
All right, Don, a year ago, what happens? Miami gets down 16-3 or a little bit more, actually in the same place. They get blown right out of the tub. Today, their defense is hung in there. They've allowed their offense to make mistake after mistake, blow scoring opportunity after scoring opportunity. Now their offense comes back and scores one. They get another turnover for them, and they're back in the ball. You can see for yourself. Did it squirt loose before he hit the ground?
No.
All right. They ruled it did. Maybe that's why the argument took place.
And it happened in front of the Pittsburgh bench. Now it's at the 17-yard line of the Steelers. You know the Steeler defense is as angry as Coach Chuck Noll. Let's see what they can do against David Woodley. And the rollout. Woodley takes a look. He throws. He's got a man. Tony Nathan's out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Lauren Taves, playing with an injured ankle, is back in the game because there's no one else. 14:32 to play, so we got a long way to go. Bradshaw's on the near sideline warming up his arm. He's going to come in pitching when this drive is over. But where will it end? As the pitch back goes to Dell Williams. He's down to the 9-yard line. On 2nd and 3, he did not get the first down. Banaszak knocks him down.
This is where your offensive line should their opportunity.
3rd down and a long 2. Not quite 3 for the first down. Howell runs with the ball. Where did he go down? He had to make it down to the 7-yard line. So while they unpile and bring out the sticks to measure, let's go back to New York and Bryant Gumbel.
Thank you, Don Criqui. In Baltimore, the Butler did it. Raymond Butler, in this case, Greg Landry from 8 yards out, picking up the blitz. Butler all alone in the end zone. Touchdown. Point after is good, and down 14-0. The Colts have forced a 14-all tie in the second. Don?
The Butler did it in Baltimore, and here at Pittsburgh, we're going to see that the first down yardage was made by Howell. It was. So, Coach Shula's men have turned this around very quickly.
And 3 yards is a lot of offensive line movement when you've got a 3rd down and 2.5 to go.
13:35 to play in the game. Clock running. Chuck Noll has said before this game, for us every game's a playoff game. Now we have to win them all. Saw his Steelers go in front 16-3. Then the Dolphins strike back. Woodley throws 31 yards for a touchdown. Then the Dolphins get back the ball on a fumble recovery. And now they're challenging for what could be a timed touchdown. And the extra point would put them ahead if they get the score. Woodley rolling out. 1st and goal into the end zone. The stick is made at the 1. The reception was made, but it's not a touchdown. Nat Moore caught the ball at the 1 and was knocked back. Shell hit him and Taves hit him.
The hardest thing to do for a quarterback is to find a receiver when you're rolling out to your right. Nat Moore cuts across the grain, a very dangerous play, effective in this case, barely stopped at the 1-yard line.
The Yards get nervous and they get tough down close. The Steelers backed up to their goal line. 1st and goal Miami, or 2nd and goal Miami from a yard away. That's all they have to travel. Crowd starts up, making the awful loud in Pittsburgh. Steelers with the linebackers in the gaps. Handoff over the top. Fumble! Fumble! Pittsburgh has the ball in the opinion of Mel Blount.
I don't think they've been given it.
Steeler defense sticks and drives the ball free, but now who's got it? Pittsburgh has recovered. They have stopped the Miami drive.
If you took a look at Joe Green, he's giving all the offense a little pep talk. He's not coaching his defensive players right now. He's also having a word or two with the offense. Boy, that's being tough. You've got to be down there. It looked like the whole flow had changed. Creating a fumble on your own 1-yard line is what the game's all about.
Delvin Williams, let's watch again, John.
Okay, you see Jack Lambert standing up the back at the point of attack, forcing the back to go over the top. Tony Nathan couldn't hang on. That baby's history.
It's Tony Nathan who lost the ball, and so the Steelers get it back, but they're on their 1-yard line. Watch Franco Harris in the end zone, the deep back. Bradshaw's going to throw. Swings it out to Rocky Bleier, and Bleier shoots up the sidelines and tiptoes across the 10 into the 15-yard line, and Rocky Bleier gets ahead for 14 yards and a first down.
This is what a guy that's had experience over a 9-year period looks down the field the whole time. He has no intention to go to any deep receiver. He's not even watching their pattern develop. I don't even think any of the deep receivers are running patterns. But it takes the attention off the linebackers. It allows Bleier to get the ball at the line of scrimmage and pick up a first.
So the Steelers come out from deep in their own end now. They have it first and 10 at the 16. Bradshaw calls for quiet so he can call signals, and now he takes a drop. A blitz is picked up. Home run ball. Going for it is Lynn Swan. And Swan dives at the ball at the 38-yard line of Miami. Lynn Swan and second down and 10 Steelers. Their 16-yard line. Pittsburgh leads in the fourth quarter 16-10. 12:07 to play. Steeler defense came up with a fumble on the 1-yard line. Stop a Miami drive. End off. They go to Franco on the draw. He gets to the 19. It'll bring up third down and 7. Calvin Sweeney, rookie from Southern California, comes left. Lynn Swan from the same school goes to the right flank. T-Bell's in the right slot. 3 wide receivers, third down and 7 coming up for Bradshaw and the Steelers. Big rush, he eludes it. He looks, throws on the run. Calvin Sweeney catches the ball at the 41-yard line. Man.
You know what you have to be impressed with, Don, is here's Bradshaw. He's thrown the ball on 3 or 4 occasions over the past 2 ball games to Cal Sweeney in critical situations. Doesn't mean they're going to blow the next one.
Sweeney's caught 11 balls this year, John, but they're all an average of almost 23 yards a catch. That was a big reception, and it's now out to the 41-yard line. 22-yard gain in the last one. Bradshaw's hit. Could very nearly be a free ball there as Bradshaw was hit from behind at the Astrodome. NBC doubleheader day.
Terry looks like he's limping a little, Don.
10:05 to go here at Pittsburgh. Steelers holding to a 16-10 lead. Second down and 15 coming up after the sack of Bradshaw. He drops. Betters is after him. He gets by Baumhauer. Betters, he's running. They don't want him to, but Bradshaw comes to a halt at the 50, and he'll be about a yard short of the first down. On second and 15, he ran for 14 yards.
He limped up to the line, but he didn't limp once the ball was snapped. Hey, a little play action pass. He's trying to find a receiver down the field. Gets a pretty good pass rush, and somehow he eludes it. You talk about quick feet. He's got him. He knows where the first down yardage is. He's trying to slide in. Tagged out just before he got to the bag.
But he has 2 downs now. This will be the big one. Third down and a yard and a half for Pittsburgh. 49-yard line just across it. Bleier and Harris are the setbacks. Grossman's the wing back to block. Here he comes in motion. Play usually goes that way. Here's the pitch back. Franco Harris. Ahead. Looks like he has a first down.
He's got it.
Grossman coming off the wing, leads the blocking. Franco Harris takes the pitch back. It's a first down. Miami could have gone ahead if they'd scored that touchdown. 8:39 left to game. The clock is running. Bradshaw hands off to Franco Harris. On 1st and 10, he gets down close to the 46, and those Dolphins are tackling the ball and the runner. Betters made a head-on hit on the ball and on Franco Harris. You remember Franco. 2nd down and 7. Bradshaw, pitch back. Here's Franco. Peterson's in front of him. And a penalty marker comes in from the Miami secondary.
Been at the point of attack because the flag was thrown right in the area that Harris cut into.
Here's Cal Lepore to give us the call now, the referee.
Holding, 84. Offense, 2nd down.
Randy Grossman, the tight end, but you take a look for yourself and see what you can see. He's right on Larry Gordon, number 50, in the middle of your screen. They're glued together like...
2nd down and 18 now at the 44-yard line of the Steelers. Bradshaw's got the long-range arm, and T. Bell's been the guy catching him. He's on the left flank. That's Lynn Swan at the top of your screen. Grossman is hit hard by Blackwood. They're both down at inside the 30-yard line. Grossman diving at the ball, and Blackwood, who hit him, is down.
Boy, they conked heads. I mean, Blackwood knew that Grossman was in a position to catch the ball, and Blackwood couldn't do anything about defending it. He expected him to catch it when he did. He was going to make him pay for it. And they're both down on it as a result.
So with 7:40 to go in the game, the clock is stopped. We'll be back in a moment. Happy to report that Glenn Blackwood and Randy Grossman are both up and all right. Both walked off the field after that hard hit inside the 30-yard line of Miami.
They're both up. I don't know if either one of them's all right, Don.
Up but not at him just yet. Third down and 18 for the Steelers. 7:40 to play. 3 wide receivers in the game. Bradshaw on 3rd and 18. Looks long. There it goes. Swan's out there. And the play is broken up. And there's also a penalty marker down in the Steeler backfield. Looks like a hold against Pittsburgh. Yep. Oops. Personal foul. Bradshaw called it too soon. Let Lepore handle that, Terry. Defensive penalty resulting in an automatic 1st down for the Steelers.
Let's listen. I don't think Dewey can believe it. We've got Baumhauer up there trying to figure out what the call was. You just assume when you're given that much time, it must be offensive holding.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 75 defense. It's a 1st down.
Works both ways.
We've had one of those both ways. That's right. Remember hitting on a long 3rd down pass attempt. Get the 1st down on the penalty at the 41-yard line of Miami. 7:34 left to play. 16-10, the Steelers in the lead. Rocky Blyer kicks his way inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. Rusty Chambers on the stop, 51 for Miami.
At the 30-yard line because the 3-point play would necessitate them making a touchdown and a field goal, and there's only 6 minutes and 55 seconds left.
This is the 11th play of this drive. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Handoff goes to Franco, and he's hit by Ortega and knocked down.
They can get to the slot. You bet he's coming.
Here's a blitz.
Got it.
Bradshaw gives it away to T-Bell inside the 20. McNeil to beat. Straight arm Tim. Inside the 5. He's out of bounds. There's going to be a penalty marker also down against Miami.
Don, sometimes you can see at the line of scrimmage what's developing. As T.O. Bell got to the line of scrimmage as a slot man, you could just see that there was no linebacker helping underneath. When that's the case, a guy like Bradshaw just looks real quick. Look, they've got a safety blitz on. Bessaloo's coming in to try and help the pass rush. It leaves T. Bell all alone, one-on-one with a strong safety. No match. Ball has to be thrown 10 yards, and he picks up a long 1st down inside the 10. And I guess T.O. Bell grabbed the face mask of the defender, and that's what they're going to call. But he still picked up the 1st.
It is a face mask call. The play goes, though, and the Dolphins have the ball at the Miami 11.
Personal foul, face mask, 83. Offense, 1st down.
Got a piece of the mask, tried to pull him along to the end zone.
44 yards of play. First and 10. Counter play. Franco Harris shuffles those feet, looks for the opening, drives ahead, takes it down to the 8. Coming up next, the AFC showdown between the Browns and the Oilers at the Astrodome. Doubleheader day on NBC. Second down and 7. Bradshaw looks. There's the rush. Throws. Swan broke away from the defense, but the ball was out of bounds, and Bradshaw went down. As the Dolphins have started to come with the blitz, that great play to T. Bell, though, came when Larry Gordon was coming on a blitz. The Dolphins picked it up.
Early in the ball game, they have not been able to win the battle at the point of attack in the line in the second half, except for the long bombs. It's been a standstill.
Been some game, and we've got a ways to go yet. Third down and 7. Draw play. Harris, touchdown Steelers. The Steelers go to the draw, and Franco Harris takes it into the end zone.
And I think with that run, he went over 100 yards also, Donnie.
109.
That's the kind of football that you expect Franco Harris to play coming down the stretch. We mentioned early on in the ball game that it's the first time I've seen him when he looked healthy. He played that way throughout the fourth quarter of the play. Pittsburgh's offense put some points on the board.
So the Steelers, if they can keep this going, will be heading to Houston with a head of steam. The Oilers still waiting now, getting set to play the Cleveland Browns. A game you'll see here on NBC is the doubleheader game. The extra point by Matt Barr is up and good. And the Steelers, who a short time ago, you remember, looked like their lead was going to be gone, but they stopped the Miami Dolphins with a fumble recovery on the 1, and now they drive for the touchdown. Offense goes 99 yards in 15 plays, running off 7:15 of the fourth quarter clock. Harris on the payoff end with a 9-yard run up the middle. And it's now a 23-10 game with Pittsburgh. Matt Barr kicks off a high-spinning kickoff that carries to the 12. Veselu to the 20. Puts his head down, takes on Zach Valentine. And the Dolphins go back on offense now with 4:50 left to play in the game. The scores rolling in. 6 in the fourth quarter. St. Louis leading the Giants 16-7 in the fourth quarter. Cincinnati leading Kansas City 7-3 in the second quarter. Woodley on first down throws. It's intercepted by Jack Lambert, the best interceptor in pro football among the linebackers.
Don, I think this illustrates why he is the best. This is a ball that was thrown against the grain. We saw Woodley have some success earlier in the ball game, rolling to his right, throwing back against the grain left. Don't think that leaves the mind of Jack Lambert. He kind of set the play up. He made it look like Rose was going to be able to cut against the grain, gave Woodley what looked to be a sure target. Woodley comes back to it. You can't put quite as much on the ball. Lambert moves back and makes a fine play.
Does he? And we'll be back with the Steelers back in possession after this. They've had a good one here at Pittsburgh. Not over yet. 4:41 to go. The world champions who need every game, they say, down the stretch. Now with the ball after the Jack Lambert interception. The fourth Miami turnover of this day. Handoff. Franco Harris, who's back in championship form, and he's down to the 35-yard line of the Dolphins.
Most of it in the first half. And Harris is about as good a trap runner as you'll find.
6 in the last one. Second down and 4 now for the Steelers. 35-yard line of Miami. Greg Hawthorne flicks the Dolphin defense, takes it inside the 30. Down to the 28.
Against a linebacker with a running back in a big hole. Take a look at Ray Finney, number 74. He gets on the linebacker, or in this case it was a defensive end. Bo Camper allows Hawthorne to cut up inside for about 7 big ones.
Hawthorne with his first carry gains 8. It's first and 10 for Pittsburgh. 28-yard line of Miami. They go to the draw again. And the Steelers get more yardage right back to Hawthorne. And he takes it inside the 25-yard line down to the 24, and the clock continues to run. It's down to 3:08 and running. And for Green Bay, here he is. The longtime Kansas City kicker, picked up by the Packers. Hawthorne runs the ball on second down and 6 and gets it down to the 20-yard line. And the clock continues to run.
It has this ball game pretty well in tow. They still cannot dictate their own future and let team as anybody in the game today.
They can sure score. Here's Russell Davis, and he's caught and knocked down. Larry Gordon, number 50, caught a hold of him, and that brings up 4th down for the Steelers.
You think Don's
right? Lynn Swan's in a slot to the right. They've been doubling up on Swan, and T. Bell, who's off to the left, has been killing him. 4 catches for 173 yards for Bell. 4th down. Bradshaw takes a look. Here's the blitz. He throws. And Lynn Swan has the ball and loses it as Don Veselu came up and drilled him. So Miami takes over the ball.
When Theo Bell made a long run, you see them, they're pulling out all the stops. They're trying to get any sort of piece of Bradshaw they can, leaving nobody underneath. Veselu makes a fine play to strip Swan of the ball.
Now David Woodley will be pitching as the Steelers drop way back in zone coverage. Woodley throws up the middle to Nathan. Wants to get out of bounds. Look at that hit. Ron Johnson. Oh, man.
That's a 4-yard loss.
Nathan's up, and he's done well to do that. So that ball shoot out of there like it came out of a cannon. FC Central getting ready right now to play at the Astrodome.
And these kind of hits will be commonplace down there.
The Steelers, after this day is done, will be in a second-place tie.
Right now, he's got to go down on top, even if they're covered. The only chance he's got.
Steelers drop way back. There's a throw. Cephalo goes for the ball, and does he have it? He's out of bounds is the ruling. Jimmy Cephalo from Penn State. Going for his first reception of the day. He started the game. Not gotten the ball to him.
Well, you just hit it. He has been their long receiver. He's been the guy that's been running patterns down the field 20, 25 yards. You can see why they come to him. I think the call was miscalled that time. I think he had the ball. He had it in possession. Would have been a long first down play. I think time's running out on him with a minute and 31 seconds to play. It surprises one that they didn't come to him a little bit earlier.
Cephalo wears a famous Miami number, 81, the number of the great Howard Twilley of the Super Bowl championship teams. 3rd and 14. Woodley throws up the middle. Nat Moore, who's caught some big balls today for the Dolphins, can't hold on to that one.
Thank you, Don Cricky. At Baltimore's Memorial Stadium, the Colts are without Burt Jones, but they do have the lead. Curtis Dickey taking it in from 16 yards out. Colts are out in front, 20-14, pending the extra point. Don?
4 after this ball game if they get away with this one. Buffalo losing for 8-5. Buffalo goes to 9-4 if they don't beat Baltimore.
That's right. A lot of funny things can happen in those final weeks. Woodley loses the handle, throws the ball. Nat Moore catches it. He keeps on working. Gets close to a first down, but didn't get there. And the Steelers will have the ball back at the Miami 36-yard line.
He's close.
Next case, I think that is correct right now.
Well, normally you fall on the ball, come back, rehuddle, get another go. He has not got that luxury. It's 4th down and about 13 yards to go. When he comes up, throws it to Nat Moore, who tries to do his best to get what they can. Too little, too late.
Minute 12 from it. Russell Davis runs down to the 33-yard line. To play. Here at Three River Stadium, the Pittsburgh Steelers have 2nd down and 7 coming up. Closing on a win. They throw the pitch. It goes out to Lynn Swan. He works inside the 30, gets down to the 29-yard line, and the clock winds down to 56 seconds to play. And these guys head to Houston. And down the stretch, 3rd down coming up, about 2 yards for the first down. Bradshaw looking to fall on the ball as we're down to 15 seconds and running. This one is history now. The Steelers, when their lead was challenged, rose up again on defense. The play of the game, the stop at the 1-yard line, the fumble recovery, then the 99-yard drive for the touchdown. And the Pittsburgh Steelers win it. And Chuck Noll, who says we have to win them all, goes off the field a victor again here at Three Rivers. We'll be back with the Steelers of 23-10.
Nobody has to tell me to
win it. And at day's end, they'll be only one game behind the leader in the AFC Central. Coming up next, the doubleheader, part 2 on NBC. The Central Division leaders, the Cleveland Browns, battle the Houston Oilers. Now for John Brody, this is Don Criqui. Glad you could be with us at Pittsburgh. Stay tuned for another great one on most of these NBC stations.
emotional